Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Director Bertagnolli, for being with us today. According to the Department of Health and Human Service Office of the Inspector General, about 80% of NIH funding goes to support research grants, including grants to foreign organizations. In 2002, NIH awarded approximately $257 million in funding to 224 foreign grant recipients. As I'm sure you're aware, a report released by the Office of the Inspector General last December found that the vast majority of foreign grant recipients failed to complete and submit even the required annual audit reports, making it impossible for the NIH to effectively monitor these foreign grant recipients. The report found the NIH did not receive 81 of the 109 annual audit reports for foreign grant recipients, and for 7 of the 10 audit reports that required follow-up actions, the NIH did not follow up. What policies or procedures have been changed since the release of this report? This is an Appropriations Committee. I think we have responsibility to the American taxpayer to demand accountability for the money that NIH administers.
Oh, absolutely. And my response is we've been working very closely with with the results of the Office of the Inspector General audit to strengthen our oversight. We have taken measures for those who are in noncompliance, to penalties for noncompliance, which means withdrawal of their ability to receive funding from the U.S. government, and we'll continue to take this very seriously. We expect our foreign grantees to comply just as rigorously as do our domestic ones.
And so thank you for the response, as generic as it might be. I'd certainly intend to follow up and ask for more specifics if you'd be able to share those.
We would be happy to provide it.
And given these recent challenges and the fact that funding recipients include foreign governments with their own strategic interest, are applications for research grant support from foreign organizations treated the same as applications from domestic organizations, or are additional oversight and transparency measures put in place?
There are investigation and oversight that have to do with the ability of of any grantee, but this particularly applies to foreign grantees, to have the policies and procedures in place that would allow them to fully comply with all our laws, rules, and regulations. So any organization, whether domestic or international, has to have federal assurances that say, if you're going to get this money, you have to follow all the rules. And those same stringent requirements apply to foreign grantees.
So the same standards apply. Wouldn't you agree that a foreign entity should be held to a different standard than one domestic?
I'm not sure, so I think that our policies should be equally stringent no matter where our federal money is spent, and that is the approach that we take.
I can tell you that I believe that money that we send abroad should be scrutinized in a far, far different way. Next question, and as I'm sure you're aware, rural populations are historically underrepresented in clinical research and often experience poorer health outcomes. North Carolina has one of the largest rural populations in the nation, and my district has some of the most rural counties in the state. Given this context, how does the proposed budget ensure that rural populations are incorporated into the research?
So the proposed budget includes funding for the Care for Health program, which is focused entirely on rural populations and making sure that the entire breadth of all 27 institutes and centers of NIH have an infrastructure and can bring their research to rural populations. And we're very excited to get that started immediately.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I see I'm out of time, so I'll yield.